For my country, I chose to do Scotland, and the recipe I will be making today is a Dundee cake, which is a pound cake that has different types of raisins and almonds in it. And I will be right now we're starting with washing my hands before we start cooking. For this dish, it will start out with 1 cup of light brown sugar. Um, some interesting facts about Scotland is some of their main exports are alcohol, meat, seafood, and furniture. Scotland is a very flavorful country when it comes to the quality of their foods and product. Some of the biggest imports are gas, oil, and office supplies and automatic data processing. After you're finished adding the light brown sugar, you're going to add 3/4 cup of butter. So that would be a stick and a half of butter. Some more interesting facts about Scotland. So some special cooking utensils that they have are tea caddies, which is a box which is used for measuring tea. And another thing is jam spoons for measuring things like honey, syrup, or jam. Whenever it's been stirring for a little bit, you're going to want to add 3 eggs and keep adding flour a little bit at a time to prevent curding. Another tradition that they have in Scotland is Burn Supper. Burn Supper is a giant get together where people eat, drink, and enjoy poetry. This is a tradition that's been around since the 1800s when a famous Scottish poet and author passed away. Once you're finished adding the eggs and a little bit of flour, you're going to want to take a hand grater and get some orange zest into your batter. This will add a nice summery, fruitful, citrusy taste into your cake. Some other famous sweets in Scotland, other than Dundee Cake, is a Cranachachan, which is a cream-based oat parfait thing with a glass of whiskey on the side with raspberries in it. Another sweet is sticky toffee pudding, also known as sticky date pudding. This Scottish dish is a moist sponge cake with finely chopped dates inside it and topped with toffee sauce and vanilla custard or ice cream. After you're done adding the orange zest, you're going to want to take 5 tablespoons of orange marmalade and put that into your batter. Some other foods porridge that is also another great Scotland dish, which has been around for a long time. It is really easy to make. It is a very popular soup in the town of Colin near the northeast coast of Scotland. This soup consists of haddock, finnan haddie, potatoes, onions. It is really simple and an old-time dish that's been eaten for ages. Porridge has been around for a long time. It is an easy, quick, warm breakfast for any Scottish worker. Traditional Scottish porridge with real ground oats, water, and cook them with a pinch of salt is the way to go. So right now in our recipe of the Dundee cake, we're going to be adding a 1 cup and a third cup of wheat flour. It would have been almond flour, but they didn't have any at the store, so we had to use a substitute. We're going to be adding 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So from Scotland, they have different table manners or different table setting than we do here. It is traditionally you are supposed to have a wine glass at the table. You're supposed to have a spoon or a dessert fork and spoon at the top of your plate, and there is no fork that goes across your bread plate up in the top left. Also at this time, we're going to be adding a pack of thinly sliced almonds. We couldn't find any whole blanched almonds at the store, so we had to get a pack of sliced ones so that they didn't have the skin on them. Some restaurants you should take a visit in Scotland. One of them would be The Kitchen, which is a restaurant in Blackford, Scotland. This restaurant specializes in dinner cuisine, and they have a different variety of specialized liquors. Now we are on to the part where we are going to be adding 200 grams or 1 1/4 cup of golden raisins or sultanas, and then another 200 grams or 1 1/4 cup of regular raisins to our mixture. Should be done.
He's in the backyard.
Once you get everything assembled into the mixer,
Watch
just
the
keep
tone
on
with
letting
that
it
word.
stir, and then we will be transferring over.
You hear
into
one of
our
those
baking
dogs
pan.
hear Bunny the wrong way.
Before you get your batter into the pan, you are going to want to grease it up so it doesn't stick when you're trying to take it out. While we're putting the batter into the pan, I was thinking I could tell you some fun facts about Scotland. It is common to have beans with your breakfast. They do not call mashed potatoes. They call them neeps. And mashed turnips are called tatties. 40 bottles of Scotch whiskey is shipped every second out of Scotland. That's crazy. Haggis has been banned in the U.S. since 1971. That is actually I found that one really interesting because I guess they saw the way they prepared haggis as inhumane or not.
Are you graded on if your cake turns out or not?
1 out of 3 Americans believe haggis was a creature who ran around in the Highlands. I just thought that one
That's
was
a good
fun.
question.
In the UK, there's at least 1 million meals a day
I
without
think it's
and
more
with-
about the information that I attain from it.
Yeah.
Little ranch on a shirt. Oh, damn it all to hell. I got problems. Well, what did you do with those? Shut up. I'm over you. And your bullshit.
Once you got it all in the pan, it's ready for the oven. You're gonna let this cake bake for around 100 to 120 minutes. This is the final cake. It tasted really good. It reminded me of summertime and was a great experience cooking it.